In this video, let's watch the products and services offered in an Starbucks stores.
Low-calorie and sugar-free products. In January 2008, Starbucks began a skinny line of drinks, offering lower-calorie and sugar-free versions of the company's offered drinks that use skim milk, and can be sweetened by a choice of natural sweeteners, such as raw sugar, agave syrup, or honey, artificial sweeteners, such as Sweet and Low, Splenda, Equal, or one of the company's sugar-free syrup. Flavors. Non-dairy milk offerings. In 1997, Starbucks first offered non-dairy milk at its U.S. stores with the introduction of soy milk. In 2007, Starbucks stopped using milk originating from RBGH-treated cows. In June 2009, the company began to sell salads and baked goods without high-fructose corn syrup or artificial ingredients. This move was expected to attract health and cost-conscious consumers and prices. In 2015, Starbucks began serving coconut milk. In 2016, it began serving almond milk. In January 2020, oat milk became available nationally. The company also offers non-dairy creamers at retail in partnership with Nestle SA. CEO Kevin Johnson said in a 2020 interview that, milk substitutes will be a big part of reducing carbon emissions. That effort has prompted vegans, environmentalists, people with lactose intolerance and others to urge the company to eliminate the upcharge for drinks made with dairy-free milk. PETA encouraged sit-ins at Starbucks locations and purchased Starbucks stock to draw attention to what they believe is an unfair charge. A Starbucks Canada spokesperson told ET Canada that customizations such as added flavors, non-dairy beverages, or an additional shot of espresso, will incur an additional charge. Ethos Water, a brand of bottled water acquired by Starbucks in 2003, is sold at locations throughout North America. Ethos bottles feature prominent labeling stating helping children get clean water, referring to the fact that $0.05 from each $1.80 bottle sold, $0.10 per bottle in Canada, is used to fund clean water projects in underdeveloped areas. Although sales of Ethos water have raised over $6.2 million for clean water efforts, the brand is not incorporated as a charity. Critics have argued that the claim on the label misleads consumers into thinking that Ethos is primarily a charitable organization when it is actually a for-profit brand and only 5 cents per bottle supports clean water projects. The founders of Ethos have stated that the brand is intended to raise awareness of third-world clean water issues and provide socially responsible consumers with an opportunity to support the cause by choosing Ethos over other brands. Starbucks has since redesigned the American version of the Ethos water bottles, stating the amount of money donated per bottle in the description. Instant coffee and coffee capsules. In March 2009, Starbucks introduced a line of instant coffee packets, called VIA Ready Brew. It was first unveiled in New York City with subsequent testing of the product also in Seattle, Chicago, and London. The first 2 VIA flavors include Italian Roast and Colombia, which were then rolled out in October 2009, across the US and Canada with Starbucks stores promoting the product with a blind taste challenge of the instant versus fresh roast, in which many people could not tell the difference between the instant and freshly brewed coffee. Financial analysts speculated that by introducing instant coffee, Starbucks would devalue its own brand. Coffee makers and single-use capsules. In September 2012, Starbucks announced plans to introduce the Verismo, a consumer-grade single-serve coffee machine that uses sealed plastic cups of coffee grounds, and a milk pod for lattes. In November 2012, Starbucks Verismo became publicly available, consisting of a line of coffee makers that brew espresso and regular chocolate from coffee capsules, a type of pre-apportioned single-use container of ground coffee and flavorings utilizing the Cafe Pod system. In a brief review of the 580 model, Consumer Reports described the results of a comparative test of the Verismo 580 against two competitive brands. Because you have to conduct a rinse cycle between each cup, the Verismo wasn't among the most convenient of single-serve machines in our coffee maker tests. Other machines we've tested have more flexibility in adjusting brew strength. The Verismo has buttons for coffee, espresso, and latte with no strength variation for any type. And since Starbucks has limited its coffee selection to its own brand, there are only 8 varieties so far plus a milk pod for the latte. Alcoholic drinks. In 2010, Starbucks began selling alcoholic beverages at some stores in the United States. In August 2014, Starbucks opened its first store in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, which by then was among 30 locations serving beer and wine. In 2016, 3 locations within Toronto, Ontario also announced they were going to serve alcohol, including upscale appetizers like bacon-wrapped dates and truffle mac and cheese. Starbucks ensures that the selected locations that serve alcohol are able to accommodate the community, as well as have the space for extra seating and storage. Fruit juices, fruit beverages, and sodas. On November 10, 2011, Starbucks acquired juice company Evolution Fresh for $30 million in cash and planned to start a chain of juice bars starting in around the middle of 2012, venturing into territory staked out by Jamba Inc. Its first store released in San Bernardino, California, and plans for a store in San Francisco were to be launched in early 2013. In March 2012, Starbucks began selling a line of iced Starbucks refresher beverages that contain a green coffee extract. The beverages are fruit-flavored and contain caffeine but advertised as having no coffee flavor. Starbucks's green coffee extraction process involves soaking the beans in water. In June 2014, Starbucks began producing its own line of sodas, dubbed Fizzio Seasonal Cups. Each year between November-January, Starbucks releases new holiday merchandise, including new paper cups with various festive designs. Here are some of the services offered by Starbucks. Barrel-aged coffee. In March 2017, Starbucks announced the launch of 2 new limited edition specialty drinks made from beans aged in whiskey barrels at its Seattle roastery. Starbucks's barrel-aged coffee will be sold with a small batch of unroasted Starbucks Reserve Sulawesi beans, which are then hand-scooped into whiskey barrels from Washington State. Starbucks Card and Loyalty Program. In May 2008, a loyalty program was introduced for registered users of the Starbucks Card, previously simply a gift card, offering perks such as free Wi-Fi internet access, no charge for soy milk and flavored syrups, and free refills on brewed drip coffee, iced coffee, or tea. Each time a customer purchases a drink, they will earn stars if they present their rewards card or scan their card from the mobile app. Eventually, these stars accumulate to allow customers to redeem for perks such as free drinks, free add-ins, free bakery items, or selected merchandise. In 2009, Starbucks began beta testing its mobile app for the Starbucks Card, a stored value system in which consumers access prepaid funds to purchase products at Starbucks. Starbucks released its complete mobile platform in January 2011. By December 2011, the number of mobile transactions exceeded 26 million. Electricity and Wi-Fi. In August 2002, Starbucks provided free Wi-Fi in the United Kingdom, although in the past, a Starbucks rewards card was required. In July 1, 2010, Starbucks offered free Wi-Fi in all of its stores in the US and Canada. 103 years later, in 2013, it switched providers in the US from AT&T to Google. In August 2010, Starbucks began offering free Wi-Fi in Germany via BT OpenZone. In October 2012, Starbucks and Duracell PowerMa announced a pilot program to install PowerMa charging surfaces in the tabletops in selected Starbucks stores in the Boston area. Furthermore, Starbucks announced its support in the Power Matters Alliance, PMA, and its membership in the PMA board, along with Google and AT&T, in an effort to create a real-world ecosystem of wireless power through a universal wireless charging standard that customers could use to recharge smartphones. In August 2016, startup company Fluxport introduced Qi inductive charging pads at select locations in
I done been around the world, ain't nobody else that could do it like us with nobody help. When the chips about to fall and I'm back against the wall, know it's only one place I call. All roads lead home, home, home. Yeah, all roads lead